All right, part 7. And I keep saying this because I have to know which part it is before I upload it, right? So that's why I keep on saying that. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Glad that you could keep joining us. If you've watched all of these, then you're awesome. Man, mashallah. May Allah protect you and have mercy on you, protect your family, and be pleased with you. Because if you watched all of these, you're a special person, indeed. I don't know if I could sit through listening to me for 7 parts of videos. But anyways, the topic kind of shifts a little bit when it comes to parenting, because Allah now advises the kids, because you're not always going to have the parent that's going to do those things for you. They're not going to be the ones to teach you sometimes right or wrong, and they're not going to be the ones to, you know, parents, there's 2 kinds of parents. There are those who teach you how to parent, and there are those who teach you how not to parent, right? So you might not have those parents that are going to, you know, talk to you nicely and call you bunayya and tell you not to make shirk with Allah and all that kind of stuff. They're not going to be the merciful parents. They're going to be the bad parents. You know, for lack of a better word, they're going to be the parents that teach you how not to parent, right? Maybe they're absent. Maybe they've done things that they shouldn't have done over the years. And I'm not talking about, like, harming you, like, irreparably either. I'm talking about they might have made mistakes with you over the years. In any case, Allah is telling us that kindness to them, and I'm paraphrasing. It's in the surah. The Arabic isn't in front of me right now. It's actually in another part of. I'm not at home, so the Arabic of this mushaf is in my house. I'm not at home, so you can look it up. Inshallah, Luqman. You know, Allah is telling you that your mother has priority because she weans you for 2 years. Now, Muhammad ﷺ was very clear, and he said, "Who is the one who deserves your company?" And the first is your mother, second is your mother, third is your mother, fourth is your father. But nowadays, especially, doesn't give sisters a default ruling to do whatever they want with their kids. Just because you're first, second, and third, yes, your status as a mother is special, but there's a reason for that. And there are motherly traits that you have that earn that. It's not just because you're a woman automatically that you automatically get that. There are certain traits that come into being a mother. If you abuse your kids and you curse them out and hit them and beat them up, then you don't have that. You don't have that necessarily, that status necessarily. Although they should still be kind to you. They should still be kind to you. But you shouldn't use these ayat. What I'm saying is you shouldn't use these ayat to manipulate your status. Neither should the men, by the way, when it comes to the status regarding them. We shouldn't be using these ayat to manipulate our status and get people to do what we want. It's called, what do they call it? Religious blackmail, or religious manipulation, where you use verses and hadith to. Thank you very much. Where someone's car alarm, where you use religious things to get what you want and to flex your muscles with people. Well, Allah said you got to do it, but then you neglect your own duties. You know what I mean? So don't use these hadith and these ayat to elevate yourself above everybody else and make yourself important. Meanwhile, you're not living up to your responsibilities. Same with the brothers. So this is fair. Don't use your weight as parents to flex your muscles over your kids. But Allah told you and I, as kids, as children, as sons and daughters of someone, to be kind to your parents. Show them kindness. Also, obey them. Except one condition. Except for one condition. When they tell you to do something that is against what Allah has taught you. For example, if your parents tell you to take off your hijab, you got to keep it on. If your parents tell you to miss your salah, you can't miss it. If your parents tell you not to fast, unless you have a valid reason, you're supposed to fast. These things, if your parents tell you to bring them alcohol, for example, if you're from a revert family, your parents say, go get me a beer, son. Nope, you can't do it. Why don't you light my cigarette for me? Nope, you can't do it either. Can you go buy me a lottery ticket? Nope, you can't do that either. So there are certain things that you can do for your parents, and it's mashallah, it's a very high status that the parent has, but there's certain things that you can't, and Allah is telling you that when they ask you to do things that you have no knowledge of, meaning it's something that's not from Islam, then you're supposed to avoid that. If they ask you to leave Islam, you're not supposed to do that. If they ask you to worship other gods besides Allah, you're not supposed to do that either. So yes, the parents have a tremendous amount of respect, but they don't have worship. They are not worshipped beside Allah. They don't have that right. But they have the right to be honored. They have the right to be obeyed and treated well. So that's my brief part 7, to take care of your parents and treat them with respect. But that respect has limits. That respect has limits. You love your parents. You honor your parents. You cherish them. But you do not worship them. Even if they're not the best parents in the world. Now, if you're not safe, that's different. But I mean, if you know, they made mistakes, they've neglected you, they've done certain things they shouldn't have done, then that's different. And may Allah forgive you and forgive them. And if you're safe with them, then be safe and forgive. You know, forgive. You don't know what made them do what they did. You don't know what made them do what they did. Now, if he's a raging, abusive person that's going to beat you up, then you might want to go and be distant a little bit, you know? Be distant. You don't want to get killed behind that. If someone is, you know, angry and ready to fight you and beat you up, then get your protection, inshallah. Don't be unsafe. Don't say, well, Abu Hafsa told me I should go see my dad, and my dad has an affinity for guns and wants to shoot me because I'm Muslim. Don't do that. Be safe and, you know, take care of your parents from a distance if you have to, but honor them and forgive them. Anyways, you know, forgive them. They're people, just like us, just like you, just like me. Have mercy on them, forgive them. May Allah forgive us all and have mercy on all of us. Jazakumullah khair for watching this. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Like and share, comment if you want to. And, you know, all the rest of that stuff. Subscribe if this is YouTube. Like, comment, share if it's Facebook. And, yeah, add what you want. Like, what would you like me to talk about in here? If I can, I will. If I can't, I'll tell you I don't know. But, you know, post down below if you want. And you have certain questions. We may do a Q&A if possible in the final video. So go through the videos and post your questions if that's what you want to do. And the questions that we can answer, we will. And the ones that we don't, we can say, I don't know, and keep it moving. Anyway, jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.